What are the best Pokemon games? Ranking such classics proved difficult given how many of them ended up being among the best games of the particular console generation. To be clear though, this is just the mainline interest, the games that introduce new generation of Pokemon to the mix, their sequels, the ultimate versions and the remakes of those games. No mainline spin-offs aren't included here though. Sorry any Pokemon Smile fan out there. Over the next two videos we will look at the 21 best Pokemon games overall, in mainline only, and of course today is part 1, so we will look at ranks 21 through 11. Number 11, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, released on the Nintendo Switch on the 18th of November 2022. User score 7.2 out of 10. There are still plenty more ways I would like to see the Pokemon franchise evolve, but despite some glaring technical hiccups, and that's putting it lightly, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was very excited for the future of the series. I really hope Game Freak can figure out how to smooth out the series' ongoing performance issues even to this day on Switch, because they're going to become a serious detriment over time if not fixed. Scarlet and Violet is most fun and exciting when you're just exploring the world, and while there are many small details and improvements to the Pokemon formula, it still plays it safe in a few areas. Regardless, things point towards a promising future for Gen 9 and above. It's a smaller step than many have hoped, especially considering what Pokemon Legends Arceus gave us, but it's definitely a one in the right direction. Number 10, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, released on the Nintendo Switch on the 19th of November 2021. User score 7.3 out of 10. While some of the slower elements of the originals games have been fixed in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and the Grand Underground makes up for the comparatively weak Pokédex, the new art style and a few other stumbles make the pair of games a somewhat disappointing retreat of Generation 4. If the remake of these remakes remain faithful to the original Gen 4 pair, we wish they'd also stuck to the pixel art aesthetic. These brilliant and shining remakes still very closely to the original template, which some players will no doubt welcome, but aside from the Grand Underground and the connectivity with the current games in the series, there's very little reason to play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl over the DS originals. Number 9, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, released on the Nintendo Switch on the 16th of the 11th of 2018. User score 7.5 out of 10. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are beautiful reimagines of a classic video game, updating a 20-year-old game in ways which make it infinitely more accessible and user-friendly for a modern audience, while keeping the magic first discovered all those years ago. On the downside, however, the motion control mechanic is fun but flawed, forcing you to shift from one playstyle to another to get the best experience. Still, the game does a superb job of striking a balance between being an easy route of entry for newcomers and offering just enough post-game challenge and competitive play elements, and nostalgia of course, to please series veterans. As a result, these new titles really do offer something for everyone, which can't always be said of the mainline Pokemon interest. They might not be an absolute masterpiece, but I will urge any Pokemon fans out there to give these ones a go if you missed them. Number 8, Pokemon Sword and Shield, released on the 15th of the 11th 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. User score 7.6 out of 10. Pokemon Sword and Shield succeed in bringing some new ideas to the table, although there are areas where it could be pushed further. What's done right is done right, and there are also elements that feel like they've come from a decade-old design document. It's an experience full of highs and lows, from the unadulterated wonder and joy of seeing some brand new Pokemon in a stadium full of cheering crowds, to the monotonous and dragged-out dialogue I was just desperate to get rid of. The wonders of exploring the wild area feel like a true evolution of the series. On the whole, Pokemon Sword and Shield are a very solid start to the HD generation of Pokemon games, although there is much room for improvement. And number 7, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, released on the 17th of the 11th 2017 on the 3DS. User score 7.9 out of 10. With X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, 3DS already have some great Pokemon games to its name, but Sun and Moon felt like a new start for players who had perhaps fallen off the RPG collectathon bandwagon. With improved character models and customization plus the addition of powerful Z moves, the return of fan favourite Gen 1 Pokemon in new Alolan forms helped infuse the franchise faithful as well as people who can only reliably recall the first 151. Extra forms and activities in these Ultra editions make them the most complete variants. Although it's a shame we never got to see our favourite monsters in stereoscopic 3D, this is the creme de la creme traditional style Pokemon on the 3DS.
Make sure if you're enjoying our list to hit that like button and of course subscribe for future content.
Number 6. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Released on the 23rd of the 11th, 2016 on the 3DS. User score 7.9 out of 10. Pokemon Sun and Moon are some of the best Pokemon games that Game Freak ever made. Pokepelago, the side quest, the absolutely stunning nature of the presentation, it's all a sheer joy from start to finish. Game Freak managed to carefully balance the intricacies of new mechanics without totally ruining things for the most hardcore fans. It's got content coming out of its ears, a much more interesting story than some previous efforts, and it rewards exploration in a way no other title in the series has to this point. Whether you're a Pokemon fan new or old, this should be in your 3DS library. Number 5. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, released on the 22nd of April 2007 on the normal DS. User score 8 out of 10. The core experience holds up as well as it ever did, and at the time, these were the greatest Pokemon games ever made. As with so many video games successful enough to spawn a never-ending series of sequels, each entry is destined to settle beneath its successors, compacting down with the passing of time until they're mere fossils, worth collecting, treasuring, and of course remembering. But are they worth playing when they've been iterated an umpteen times since? That's a tough question to answer, of course, and I suppose it's a price of success and progress. While Diamond and Pearl might not boast the refinements we're now accustomed to, they're still excellent Pokemon games that deserve to be taken off shelves and actually played once in a while. They're sure to make any happy boy and girl. Number 4. Pokemon X and Y, released on the 12th of October 2013 on the 3DS. User score 8.1 out of 10. Game Freak hit the nail squarely on the head once again with X and Y. A wonderful blend of excitement and nostalgia. It evolved the core series with its impressive polygonal 3D environments and masterful camera angles, adding a few technical enhancements, along with a brand new Pokemon type to the original formula that we all know and love. It is not quite a revolution, no, and it is hindered slightly by the menagerie use of its host platforms, glasses, 3D capabilities, but X and Y are a very fine pair. Number 3. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, released on the 25th of the 7th, 2003 on the Game Boy Advanced. User score 8.2 out of 10. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire ushered in the third generation of Pokemon and moved the series on from the stalwart 8-bit Game Boy hardware onto the more capable, wider platform of the Advance. The removal of the night-day cycle irks some Pokemon faithful, but Gen 3 brought with it a host of new features including 2 vs 2 battles and the Nature's mechanic that gave Pokemon trainers a whole new stat-filled rabbit hole to go down. The widescreen presentation of the Game Boy Advance improved the look of the battle screens. The entire Hoenn region looked incredibly lush compared to 8-bit Kanto and Johto. Number 2. Pokemon Red and Blue, released on the 10th of May 1999 on the Game Boy. User score 8.4 out of 10. While Pokemon Red and Blue are both vintage games with the occasional issue, they're still extremely engaging and involving titles on which to drown your free time. The gameplay is simpler by modern standards, but there's still a wealth of intricacies and complexity to be explored if you want to train a team of pixel-powered perfection. If you were to drag everything about the game and dub it into a nice shiny new 3D engine, you'd be forgiven for thinking that these were brand new games, and you can't say that about many Game Boy titles. There are certain wrinkles that were ironed out in the subsequent entries, but it's a special charm to finding those first 151 Pokemon. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee may have updated these games for the Switch generation. The depths of the original still makes them compelling to play on the original hardware. And number 1. Pokemon Yellow version Special Pikachu Edition, released on the 16th of June 2000 on the Game Boy. User score 8.4 out of 10. This enhanced version of the original games brought over some elements from the incredibly popular anime, so Pikachu takes centre stage as your starter Pokemon. He follows you around outside of his Pokeball and cannot be traded or evolved. The nurses and police officials around Kanto were substituted for Nurse Joys and Officer Jennies. Some Pokemon locations and appearances were altered, and various sprites and world elements were reworked to better reflect the wider brand, as it had been established since Red and Blue launched. The Western version of Pokemon Yellow got a minor palette enhancement, which works well if you're playing on a Game Boy Color, although this was not, of course, a full Game Boy Color game. The changes add an extra layer of charm, and the Surfing Pichu minigame is also fun. But whichever version you pick up, the original Pokemon titles remain an enjoyable gaming experience. Simple in appearance, and lacking the bells and whistles of the later games, they nevertheless engross you from start to finish.
Okay, so that's it for today. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, comment down below, of course, subscribe to the channel for my Twitter and Instagram links down below. As always, of course, I'll put my TubeBuddy first in the description for YouTube needs, tag titles, thumbnails, all that good stuff. So that's something you need help with, especially like I did. First in the description, download it today. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever got on with it. And of course, our partner channels, and hit down below, hit that join button to put myself and the channel, and of course get a huge range of benefits. Be greatly appreciated, but of course, you never have to. But if you don't, you have to subscribe and watch the next video, or something might follow you home. You never know, stuff happens. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all again very soon.